Hi, and welcome to It's Okay to Be Angry. I'm Dawn Bennett. I'm an emotional freedom techniques practitioner. I also help people in their relationships, and I've been practicing my work for 23 years. And one of the things I see is that we often try to avoid emotions that we consider negative. So in other words, we say, well, I don't want to feel angry. Do you know anger is actually a really great emotion? It helps us know when our boundaries are being pushed. It helps us know on a really strong level when something's not quite right. When maybe we're not getting the respect we deserve. When maybe we haven't spoken our own mind and we are not feeling heard, listened to, honored, respected, loved. Sometimes anger can come from other things, hormones, eating, right? Preservatives, different things that our bodies are sensitive to. But it's okay to feel anger. What's not okay per se is to attack other people with our anger. But if we can acknowledge we're feeling angry and use it as a catalyst to make big improvements in our life and in our relationships, to say, hey, when XYZ happens, I've noticed I feel angry. And I don't like feeling angry. Wouldn't it be great if instead of judging our anger and trying to push it underneath, we could actually just be in it and let it move through? Some of the best tools that I use to move through my anger is often I go work out, which sometimes can be an avoidance technique, but sometimes can be actually helpful to move my body, to exercise, to allow the energy that's stuck to actually shift in and out and express itself. So sometimes I'll also do things like punching pillows. Or my mom's pastor one time told her to throw eggs at a tree, which I thought was a really great way to do it. But anger is important. And if we try to suppress anger through things like drinking, drugs, eating, we actually do ourselves a disservice. In the Chinese medicine system, anger is stored or controlled in the liver. So if our liver energy is out of balance, that can be an indication that we need to shift something in our life to create more health for ourselves. Not that our liver is going to go bad if our liver energy is out. But anger can be a really good tool for looking at where is our emotional and physical health. How have we been treating ourselves? How have we been treating our bodies? So when you're feeling angry, here are a couple things I suggest. Number one, look at, is it coming from inside? Something that you've done and now you're doing self-judgment or self-anger? And if so, where are you being critical with yourself, and how can you allow yourself some grace and some softness? Number two, is it coming from a reaction to something outside of yourself? Politics, an article, a comment someone made, a way that your boundaries weren't respected, something someone said, did, or didn't do. And can you communicate more clearly with that person about then what you want or need? Or is there a way that you can look deep within yourself and say, why am I being triggered? Right? Things only make us angry if we have resonance to them. For example, I've had clients that will come in and they'll scream all day long about politics, about those darn Republicans or those darn Democrats. And really, the reason why the Republicans or the Democrats or the anti-vaxxers or the pro-vaxxers or the people that are at work or the people that are at the school or the people that are doing this or the people that are doing that are triggering us is because of something that we're sensitive to within ourselves. So in other words, sometimes the anger is actually because it doesn't resonate with us in a certain way. And that is something that we can shift. So not that we're not going to get angry and neutral and happy-go-lucky all the time, but our anger then comes more as a realization of, oh, this is what I'm feeling and why. And we have more choice to react in a way that's more effective for ourselves and for others. So is it coming from internal? Is it coming externally? And the third thing I would ask you to do is say, how are you feeling about being angry? How do you catalyze it for quote unquote good or quote unquote bad? But also, how is it impacting your body? Feel it in your body. Feel if this sensation reminds you of anything. And as you work to move that anger through in a really healthy way, really track. What other thoughts, what other ideas come into your head? Where is the anger truly coming from? And how are we being gentle? How are you being gentle or not so gentle with yourself? So I'm sure we've all been angry. In fact, yesterday I had a day, none of my stuff worked. And I caught myself in the grocery store deciding that because they didn't have cranberry juice, I was never, ever going to come back. I think I was kind of like a 4-year-old throwing a little temper tantrum. Like, what kind of grocery store doesn't have lentils or juice or cranberry juice? I mean, come on. And I stomped out of the store, and it felt really good to do at the time. I didn't take it out on anybody. It was all very internal, right? But how did that serve me? Well, at the moment, it served me because it felt really powerful to say, I'm making a decision. It didn't serve me so well because I didn't get to make my soup and I didn't have my juice and I was too angry to go to a different store. But I was also allowed myself to let that go. So then when I got home and I didn't have my lentils for my soup and I didn't have the juice that I wanted for my smoothies, I was still able to kind of laugh about it and say, okay, well, that was the way that at that moment I needed to process my anger instead of letting it wreck my whole day and my whole next rest of my day. So my challenge for you is to explore, how do you feel about anger? What did you learn about it? Did you learn it was good? Did you learn it was bad? Did you learn it was something to be suppressed? Nice people don't get angry. You can't show anger in relationships. And how are those beliefs impacting you? Hopefully you got a little bit of a great tidbit today about how to work with your own anger. Give yourself some grace, give others some grace too. Have a super lovely day. I'm Dawn, Touch Remedies.